We're like in a swarm of bugs.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It's Kyle and Shannon here, and we are back out here at Shady Acres Farm. It has been so hot of late. Today, we're not even at lunchtime yet, and it's already 91.
90 degrees.
Feels like 90,000.
I think it's in 98.
Golly. Humidity, may have some rain today, but the work don't stop. We got to get some work done.
I don't think we're having rain today. Are you kidding?
They're teasing us with it like it might just a little bit. And
No
here
way.
we were complaining not too long ago. I don't know. Well, hey, guess what? Shannon got me my bad boy mower. If you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, you would see the reel where I got that bad boy mower for our anniversary. Love it. I already broke it once. I was mowing over here by where the goat pen's gonna go. Hey, can we stop in the shade?
Yes, please.
Let's stop right up here.
Okay.
I was mowing over there where the goat pen's gonna go. I'm still
You're
out
in the sun.
I had my earbuds in and we were just going to town, and all of a sudden the blades just stopped. And engine was still running. Well, if we stopped, then the gnats are in our mouths.
I know.
I don't know how to stop this.
I'm in the sun still.
We'll get out of the sun.
Okay.
Sorry, did I just spit on you?
I don't care.
That's all right. The gnats aren't in our face anymore. Man, it's hot out here. The wind is not moving today. We have no breeze, but that's okay. This is workable. Obviously, we got to be a little bit specific about what projects we do on certain days because we don't want to overdo it and harm ourselves.
Yeah.
Mostly Shannon.
I'm a wuss.
This will
Still
be
adapting.
the only time that my shirt and everything will be dry today. As soon as we get going, it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
However, because Shannon bought me the bad boy mower, I thought, man, you guys have been mentioning and Shannon's been mentioning, I gotta buy her something.
And I asked for something.
She did. So because I ran the mower over a, I don't know, electrical line or something and totally bound it up and it was bad, I had to go buy a jack. I'll show you that in a bit. Actually, I really like it. This is not a sponsored video. Just if you guys need one, I'll show you that. And while I was there, I saw what Shannon's been wanting.
He got me an electric weed eater. I've been asking for a lighter weed eater because you guys all know how tall he is. Basically, Kyle's weed eater is too long for me, so I asked for a shorter, electric, lighter weed eater. He bought me one. Super excited about it. So I'm gonna try it out today.
I feel a little guilty because it means she has to work or we have to work, but it's what she wanted. So that's what we're getting.
I'm willing to work. I'm willing to help.
I know you are. It's just kind of weird that I bought you a tool and was like, hey, happy birthday, weed eat. Yeah, it's okay though. We tested it out back at the camper and works like a charm. Bought some extra string for it because, well, you know, kind of takes some getting used to.
I haven't broke it yet.
No.
Yet being the key word. I'm sure it'll happen.
No,
That's
it's
what
good.
I do.
So we got a little update on the well that we'll give you. I've been texting with Rob, our Aquaman Superman. Love that guy. Appreciate you, Rob. And I know the poor guy's chomping at the bit just to make sure that we get everything completely done. But we'll give you an update on that in a little bit. But let's take this weed eater down here and we're gonna kind of carve the fence line a little bit better. Exciting news, and I know if you watch Adler Farms, my older brother Chad, he has been partnered with Gallagher Electric Fence. I know they have a few other things, but primarily for their electric fence. He's been partnered with them for a long time, and we have a lot of needs for electric fence, not only for the goats, but for all of our future plans, maybe property lines, things like that. So we got in touch with them and struck up a partnership. So fortunately, they have an excellent program. I think they have great products. I know Chad has had great success with it. But I got to get them some numbers. I got to measure some stuff out. So I did order one of those measuring wheels so I can get a specific distance, length of fence that we're going to need for the goats starting out. And we're going to work with their rep and get that going.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just, you know, spitball and be like, oh yeah, I need 400 feet and not know. So I'm going to...
Because we all know how well Kyle is at measuring things.
Yeah, it's at least 2 miles long. Yeah, I mean somewhere between like 200 feet and 2 miles. It's in there somewhere. But we got to get this moving. Obviously getting the camper out is our top priority, but when I tell you about the well in a little bit, you'll kind of understand why we got to do a little bit of work to get that out here.
I should have brought the pole saw to trim some of these trees down for us.
Well, you didn't.
Sorry.
No pole saw. It's okay, that wasn't on the agenda today, remember?
That was not on the agenda.
There's always 50,000 things to do, and you can only do one at a time. Maybe two if you're doing one thing and I'm doing another thing.
I know, but I really enjoy using the pole saw.
I do too, I do too. But look at
Not
Goatville.
today.
Our goats are gonna be so happy. All right, so let's get down there. Shana's gonna run her weed eater, and I might have bought some chemicals because you don't want your brush up in your fence line if it's electric. It will ground it out and weaken it, or even keep it from working in general. So I'm gonna take a little bit more drastic measures, and I'm just gonna kill all that stuff off in that path that we built. Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. You need to practice, get warmed up before you go on there on the trail?
Yeah.
That's understandable. How about you hit Big Nasty over here? This is actually what killed my mower. I was right in here. This stupid tree has roots sticking up out of the ground. I'm probably gonna take it down eventually just because, well, I can't mow around it. But all these weeds are starting to come back up. I don't know if you can see how tall that is. My arm is, you know, right there. That's how tall it is. Yeah, hit that with that weed eater. See if it's got the juice. Are you on low or high?
I think I'm on low.
Well, the L is low and the H is high.
I know, but yeah, I'm on low.
Yeah, rip it up. Yeah, we need to go high for sure.
Okay.
And you need to give it all the throttle.
Okay, do I need to pull that out?
Don't pull the trigger.
I'm not.
Okay, so don't just go right into it.
Go from the top down?
No, just make sure your string's in it, not the center of your weed eater. The center of the weed eater ain't gonna cut anything.
Okay.
So a little slower. Slower!
How'd I do?
You tell me, what do you think?
I like this weed eater.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Does that mean you like weed eating?
Well, I don't mind weed eating at all, as long as the weed eater's nice and light and I can fling it around easily.
Well, does that accomplish that?
Absolutely. I really do like this weed eater.
I feel like I'm cheating. Like, I bought her a weed eater and said, hey, weed eat, because I don't always want to weed eat. I came out and mowed, when was that?
When was that?
A few days ago, and I woke up way too early, and as hot as it's been, I was just like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna shower, I'm not gonna get ready for the day, I'm gonna go mow and weed eat. So I mowed up front, and I weed eated all over the driveway. I'm semi-intelligent sometimes. This time I was not. I took off my shirt. It was that hot. And I got covered in who knows what. And so right now I am struggling with some poison ivy, poison sumac. If any of you do struggle with that, something my dad actually turned me on to, it's called Zanfel. Is that right?
Yeah.
Z-A-N-F-E-L. It's expensive. Order it online. Don't go to the store. You'll pay like 40 or 50 bucks, and it's a tiny little tube. You only get a few uses out of it. But if you guys struggle with that, that stuff has been a lifesaver. I don't know if you saw our last video, but I was struggling with some poison ivy up here under my neck, and I think I used that stuff 2 days in a row. Boom, dried it up. Problem is, I don't always know where it's gonna come in. I get it between my elbow pits on the inside right here. I get it in there real bad, so I gotta do that, but use that stuff. This isn't sponsored. I'm just trying to help you out what we're learning from our country living. So, Shannon's not as allergic to it. She now has a new weed eater.
I'm gonna do some weed eating.
She gonna do some weed eating. That's great. I'm gonna use chemicals and just kill it, because I'm hurting pretty good with my poison ivy. It's what I do. I'm hoping my body gets used to it eventually out here.
I don't know that your body gets used to poison ivy, dude.
I don't either.
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think I'm as bad as I was when I was a kid, but it's still. But here's the sad thing, guys. I have looked up, what does poison ivy look like? What does poison oak look like? All this stuff looks like it. All of it. I don't have time to use my app on every single little weed. And I'm really bad at identifying it. So I just kind of pretend like it's not here and then I get it. I don't know.
Great move, babe.
Well, you know, sometimes I have good ideas, like buying you a weed eater. So you can do all the rest of this?
I'm gonna do this tall stuff and then we can get over into Goatville.
All right, let's do it.
Do I still have to tap the weed eater on the ground to get the string to come out? He just broke my new weed eater. Like literally broke it.
Well, like literally took it apart unintentionally. Boy, they put a lot of weed eater string in there. That was nice of them.
All right, giant.
Well,
now what do we do?
My Husqvarna lets me do that, but I must have hit one of those roots or something. Oh, I'm gonna go restring it. Sorry.
Guess I learned how to restring a weed eater now.
That's what it was. This was one of those practical lessons where, what would you do if you were out there weed eating and your spindle fell off? My bad. I think it did feed. We've got a little cutter on here, which indicates to me that it's supposed to feed, but now we're gonna find out how this, how you string it. This was a learning lesson, intentionally done.
Yeah. Unintentionally, intentionally.
Yeah. Here, let's go to our handy dandy workbench that we built for the well project. Does it surprise anyone that we have 3 cans of wasp spray over here? One of them doesn't even have the lid on it because I'm just like,
it's got to be ready to go.
Let's go in the well house. All right. Now, I think we got rid of most of them. I do need to knock those nests down that are up in the attic space, if you will.
Sorry, I had a bug on my glasses.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know, you just smacked yourself right in the face.
Well, when you have a bug crawling on your glasses, you got to get it away from your eyeballs.
Man, I'm about to turn on our well and just let that 12 gallons per minute just soak us down. Just keep it going all day.
I'm not ready for that yet. I'm gonna try to, I mean, I'm dripping sweat, I know, but yeah.
We got to get that peppermint stuff and try that on the bottom of our hats and see if that does anything.
I know. I'm down.
All right, let me see if I can fix this guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm all geared up. I got my Chapin backpack sprayer. Got a little Roundup concoction in there. Next time I'm probably going to get the chemicals that make it up a little bit cheaper that way, and I can be a little more specific with what I'm attacking. But I cheated. I think I put about 12 ounces of Roundup and 2 gallons of water. And then we got our fancy measuring wheel off Amazon. We'll link this down below. Not sponsored, just I'll let you know how well it works. Pretty plain Jane. But we're gonna measure the fence line so that I can get it back to Gallagher and let them know, like, hey, this is how long we're gonna need, blah, blah, blah. At the same time, I'm gonna kill some weeds so that we don't have any issues grounding that thing. Shannon's got the new weed eater repaired after somebody bashed it into the ground and broke it and knocked all the string out.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I had to learn.
That's true.
All right, let's go walk the line.
Okay. Walk the line. Isn't that a song? Isn't that a Johnny Cash song?
Hey, is my hose tangled up there?
Yeah. No, it's free. There you go.
There I go.
It was just a little twisted.
Am I sweating?
No, babe, you don't sweat. You glisten.
Ah, I'll take it. Oh, yep, it's a good thing you brought that weed eater.
Yep. I even brought down the baby chainsaw if you want me to grab it. So here's a funny story for you. We went to the wrong entrance. We thought we knew where the entrance was, but we were in the wrong spot. So we're gonna go to the right spot. Whoops.
So we took a little lap through just to kind of scope it out and see how bad it was, to see what kind of tools we needed. Shannon brought her weed eater, wanted to test her brand new weed eater. We got out the other side. I had about 5 ticks on me. I think I literally pulled off between 20 and 30 ticks off of Shannon.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So we're not gonna run any equipment that's gonna stir things up, because I think that's, you know, because she was weed eating, that's why she got them. If you guys are interested, we found a lotion, we found something you put, in your clothes, like
it's a spray.
Prep them for your clothes, and then we got a spray that is okay for clothing. we're fighting the ticks, guys. As far as we know, like we've talked to some people in the surrounding area, this is the worst ticks have been in at least the last 40 years, as far as we can recount, or as far as they can account.
At least that's what they're telling us. They could be telling us stories. You never know.
I don't know. I mean, I've spent some time in the woods when I was a kid, and I've never seen them this bad. They are bad. And as you guys know, some of them can carry disease like Lyme disease, and we don't want that. So
we need our meat.
Yeah, I have to be able to eat red meat. It's a necessity. But we'll let you know if you are dealing with this too. We'll let you know the success we've had so far. The lotion has worked well, and I forget what it's called, but it's Sawyer. They make quite a few different kinds, but it works really well. You still get ticks on you, but they're less likely to bite.
Yeah.
I will say though, if you miss a square inch, they will find it.
They'll find that spot.
100%. It absolutely, the very first time I used it, I think I missed about 3 spots, and I literally had a tick in all 3 of those spots, and it bit me. So yeah, we're gonna try this again. This time we're just gonna spray. We're not gonna stir up the stuff, and Shannon's gonna measure, and let's get to it.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it.
This still needs a little bit of cleaning up right here at the entrance, but today is not the day.
Yeah, fortunately, you know, there's not a lot of sunlight that gets down in here, so the vegetation doesn't grow extremely rapidly, nor does it grow extremely tall quickly anyway. It may after time, you know, obviously this is all natural in here, so it can and it will, but lack of sunlight helping us out a little bit. I just want to be sure and keep these weeds out of the electrical fence.
Oh, I see the dam a little bit better now.
Yeah. That's where they had the dam for the little pond at one point in time, apparently. I just found another golf ball.
Man, somebody really liked practicing hitting golf balls down in here. Man, what I don't understand is why do the bugs go for the eyes?
I'm assuming it's where the moisture is or something, like they're going for the damp. It's like flying in your ears and flying in your nose.
Well, they can just stop that.
Yeah. So, little update. I did want gnats for lunch, so that works out. Obviously, getting our camper out here is number 1 priority. I know some of you mentioned whenever we do things like this and working on Goatville, that it's like, hey, we should get the camper out here. I couldn't agree more. I did call the guy yesterday, I believe it was. He delivers base rock and all that, and I said, hey, you know, I've never done anything like this, but I think I would like maybe some like 3-inch drain rock or something at the base up where the camper's gonna go, and then we'll put like clean base rock up above that to get it up to grade. So he asked if we were free today. I told him we'd be out here working a bit, and I'm waiting for him to call. And once he comes out, kind of assesses, I'm gonna trust his expertise, and he'll tell us exactly what we need, and then we'll get some rock out here. Once that's done, we will get the septic line finished up, ready for connection to the camper. I'm gonna spray while we're talking because there's quite a few weeds right here. Once we get that septic up and going, I've got a trench for power to the well house, power to the campsite, and a water line from the well over. We did have the county health department come out and test our water. The bacteria test, they kind of thought it was silly that we weren't doing it after the filter and everything was in there. I just wanted a really good idea of what's in there so that we kind of know what type of filtration we need, how hard do we need to shock it or chlorinate it or whatever. So they were gracious enough. They said, well, we understand that. And I said, we'll do it now, and then we'll filter it and do it again to make sure it's water that we can drink or at least shower in, do dishes, whatever. And of course, animals. But we got the bacteria test results back, and I cannot remember off the top of my head the name of the bacteria that's in there, but it's exactly what they expected. It's not E. coli. It's like, I'm not.
Something that starts with a C.
Starts with a C.
A cla.
A claphone. It's very common. It's a very normal thing to find. It can be killed by shocking it. So we're going to shock the well for sure, and then get a filter system. They did have to send off the metals test to our state capital, and it'll take like maybe 2 weeks for that to come back. So we can find out about lead, cadmium, zinc, TCE or some other acronym I can't remember. But once we get that information back, we'll let you know. And then in the meantime, probably still going to go ahead and rock and roll getting the well finished out, because regardless if it's something we can use, somehow we'll be able to use that water. But I'm feeling pretty good about it.
We did order the coupling that was needed to finish out that part of it so that that can be sealed off properly and we don't have to worry about any rodents or anything, critters, contaminants, anything like that falling down into our well.
Yeah, we tried to score one of those at a local shop, but they had like a repair, I don't know, it's kind of different, but it's more for horizontal piping instead of vertical like that, so the bolts wouldn't really seal it the way it needs to. We opted to just go ahead and order what Rob had sent me back when he was here working on the well. So when we get that, we'll get that installed. I am gonna have to rely on Shannon's dad, Ken, who helped us with the well, for some of the electrical work, getting the breaker and everything set up. But we are still powering forward on that. We just also are trying to do this in tandem so that as soon as we're out here, we can start homesteading and farming. I am dripping.
I am too.
It is so bad.
Not only am I like dripping, I'm itchy.
Yeah, yeah.
I do have to say it feels much nicer down in here than it does up high.
With the exception of the lack of a breeze.
Yes, that's true.
But it is better to not be in that direct sunlight.
I'm so much faster at this than you.
I'll be honest, it's a very long time since I've done this and I don't usually use the concentrate. I usually, you know, because we had such a small yard, I would just buy the stuff that you either put on the end of a hose or it had its own little dedicated sprayer on it. I don't know, I'm either way overdoing this or, no, I think I'm way overdoing it. How much water do I have?
You're good.
I'm good?
I don't know how much to tell you. You have a couple inches left.
Thank you.
Wasn't really sure what kind of answer you were looking for there.
So I only mixed up 2 gallons of this. I think they said 1 gallon should do about 300 square feet. We are obviously dealing in linear feet here, so I didn't know what to expect. But I would say at the rate that I'm running out, I'm putting it on pretty thick. Now obviously I don't have to do this whole path as wide as the brush cutter did because it's just going to be one skinny fence line, but the less opportunity for that fence to fail, the less opportunity for those goats to escape. So we're going to err on the side of caution.
Plus it will be nice to have a nice clean walkway through here.
Yeah, another golf ball. Technically, I should be doing this backwards so I'm not walking through everything I'm spraying.
I actually kind of wondered about that.
I just don't function well going backwards. That was how I hit my head when I was younger. Hey, here's a snake. He's just a little guy.
I think you should continue to spray along here.
Do you?
Yeah, because I know you were totally looking for my input on that.
I'm gonna spray till I'm out.
What are you doing?
I got my brazed diamond cast iron cuts cast fast blade. We got that bell pipe or bell something on the end of our septic pipe up there. So the guy told me that I should be able to do it with this. I don't know how much juice I have in this guy. I've got a couple more up in the truck if we need to switch them out, but we're gonna see if this will cut that cast iron septic pipe up there. Because then I got to get a little Fernco rubber fitting and then some PVC pipe and run it up and out. But we got to cut off the bell end of it first so that I can get my 4-inch PVC pipe, bring it up, and then wire it out so that I got 2 connections, one for gray and one for black on the camper. And that way I don't have to be moving hoses all the time. And that way we have septic out here. So that's one of the things that's holding us back. Of course, finishing out the well, but we need that coupling to come in. And I need to check the PSI on that tank today. We have that well X-Troll tank that was left out here, 30 gallon, and I put it back up at 30 PSI, which is how they charge it from the factory. But I need to check and see if it's holding that pressure. If it is, we may just go ahead and use that one. I've done my research on those pressure tanks, and that well X-Troll brand is a good steel tank, and it has the bladder in it. It has the cavity up top for the air pressure. That's kind of how it maintains that pressure. and it's got a neat little bitty, I don't know about this one, as old as it, I don't know how old this one is, but nowadays the newer ones, they have a little white spinny thing so that when water's coming into it, it throws it around instead of just filling up, and that way it kind of keeps the sediment moving and moves it on instead of just building up in there. They're a little bit pricier than all their competition, but I don't want fiberglass, and I do like the coating that they use, and I do like the material that they use for their bladder. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's like blue or Belayu or something weird. But it's a good quality bladder, and it's apparently about an 1/8 inch thick. There's a guy that has all sorts of YouTube videos on it. I don't remember his name, but I just binge watched it one day, and I really think I want to go that route. So even if this one doesn't work, I would probably order the 44-gallon Well X Troll, and that will be the pressure tank that we're going to use. So let's go up there. I've never used one of these, never cut metal with it, never had one of these blades before. In fact, this guy doesn't get used a whole lot. I think I bought him for a project some time ago, and every once in a while there's a need for them. Let's go see if we can cut through that. It's not in the shade, so we're gonna stand here until it's time to go up there and leave the fan. You gonna go give it a shot?
Yep, let's go.
Let's do it. So we were out at Chad and Ray's Monday, I think it was, when we were on the skid steer, and they found their septic, and I'm super excited about it. Theirs is actually a little bit bigger than ours, but because they got 5 people that are gonna be using it, I'm happy for them. Ours, I think, is around 600 or 700 gallons, something like that, and he's estimating his to be around 1,000 or a little bit more. But such a blessing that both of us found our septic. They seem to be well enough that they're usable. We'll truly find out once we get the camper out here and start using it, but I'm gonna try to cut that thing off of there. I don't know what to expect. This better be a magical blade thing. I don't know. It looks cool, right?
Absolutely.
All right, there's no shade over there. You ready?
I think I'm ready.
Well, this should only take about 3 hours. Let me work on it a little bit more. I'm making a notch. I'm wondering if once I get past the full surface of it, if it'll get a little better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be a little too hot for this right now.
Yeah, out in the direct sun. I mean,
Making progress.
I can see the progress that you're making.
All that vibration makes your arm itch.
I can see that.
It's interesting.
Especially with the sweat on it.
Yeah.
Let's take a shade break.
Yep.
Got you checking yourself.
You guys remember this hat that made its debut in our last video that Chad made fun of so hard? The cool thing about it is we have water now. No, I can't drink it, but yes, it comes out very cold. So you can dunk this guy. And then you do want to wring it out a little bit, or you're gonna pour water all over yourself. But it may be a total hoax. I have no idea.
You're gonna find out today, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you already feel better?
Yeah. I can.
Good.
It's just, then it turns into like this little bonnet, and I have to cut a nice line there. How's your little towel working out for you?
This towel feels great.
Yeah, so we got the towel and the hat at the same time.
I opted for the towel. Keep on my neck.
Yeah. Look at that. Cold water. Makes me happy.
Now if I can just keep the gnats away. I need to buy some peppermint oil.
Yeah. She thinks we have some in storage, but our storage is like your storage. If you have storage, you don't go to storage. No, you're not finding anything.
There's not any chance of finding anything.
No, it's hard enough to get through there. Still haven't heard from the guy about the rock and the base rock yet. It's hot and it's just about lunchtime, so yeah.
Hey look, I just read this.
What's it say?
Snap 3 times to activate cooling. To reactivate, simply repeat. Like, I thought it was already cool, but what do they mean? Like, how do you do that?
1, 2, 3, it's frozen.
Is that what they mean? There's a little hook here actually that you can hook it. Look. I have a scarf.
Scarf?
I don't know if that's any better, but
It looks cute. Totally.
totally. I'll take it.
Yeah. You got to stay cool when you're out here. Drink a lot of water and don't overdo it. It's really nice. It's just really hot and there's very little wind. Fun times.
Hence why we have a fan.
That's our outdoor air conditioning. Look at that thing. Hey, it's the next day. we got hot, we got hungry, the hanger started setting in. I didn't have another battery like I thought I did for my reciprocating saw. So we didn't quite get that thing cut all the way off, but we celebrated Father's Day with Shannon's family last night. So we had some obligations and we just decided, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon and it was the hottest part of the day. We just had to call it. Went back, tried to cool off, the camper was overheated. You know how it goes. But we made some good progress. I'm gonna get the batteries charged back up. Speaking of Father's Day, we want to wish all of you guys a happy Father's Day.
You guys know we have some really great fathers, and so we want to wish our dads a happy Father's Day, and we hope you all have a great Father's Day as well.
Yeah, so happy Father's Day, fathers. Fajas. Faja, is that what they say?
Faja.
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 Faja. Oh, one thing that I did mention earlier that is not gonna make it in this video because it was just too hot to do it yesterday is that jack for my mower. I love it. It's a Mojack brand. I think you can pick them up at Tractor Supplies where I got mine. Home Depot has a variance. I went with the 550-pound one. I will show you guys in the future, but I apologize. Didn't get a chance to finish that out yesterday. We will be doing that because I still gotta change the blades.
The fence line.
Ah, the fence line. We totally measured it and talked about it, but we didn't have the camera rolling. Our bad. The fence line.
We were all over the place, really.
Yeah,
that's kind of how we roll. We were just all over the place yesterday.
We were a little delirious. We needed food. It was hot. It was sweaty. We were complaining, but it was a great day. It's just, you know, we're trying to be smart and not hurt ourselves because you can overdo it without knowing it's coming and then all of a sudden pay for it. So we measured on the wheel from the start of the goat pen to all the way through and then back to it was 577-ish feet. So I don't know, I think 100 feet strands is the distance that they have in their spools or whatever, but I'll share that with the rep from Gallagher and we will get the appropriate sized fence to keep the goats in Goatville.
Probably need to order a little extra because we all know I was the one measuring. Probably need to order more.
Yeah, and that wheel, by the way, that I shopped them here locally and they were like twice as much as the ones on Amazon, so we'll throw the link down in the description.
I'm in the sun.
We'll throw the link down in the description for the one that we bought. I opted for the one that comes with like 25 little orange marker flags because we got the surveyors coming out someday, hopefully. And but they have versions with like tape measures and other things. So we'll put the link down below. That does help us out if you order through that. But if you don't need one, don't order one. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Well guys, it's hot. Be smart out there. Everybody keep drinking your water. We put a post out on Instagram and Facebook showing you our outdoor air conditioning and y'all had so much great advice for ways to enhance that and cool us off better that I didn't even know any of those or many of those.
Let me try a few of them.
Oh yeah. If you enjoyed this video and you're new here, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you've been with us or if you've joined us just a few videos back or whatever, we appreciate you guys coming back. We appreciate the support. We love the comments. Come over on Instagram and Facebook where we're a little bit silly and do some fun things over there and we just have a good time. As always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.